Great return, light lords. Grand rising to those who have not yet awoken to know that money is the bridge. And when I say money is the bridge, I mean that there was one point in time, or what we perceive as time, where we did not need money. And now we're at a stage where, like, the collective consciousness is questioning, why do we even have money? Because we had systems better than money, which were bartering systems, where we traded goods for goods and service for service. But see, the lower self has created this instrument. The lower self has manifested this instrument through lower thinking, of manipulation, of lower self manipulation, because there's nothing wrong with manipulation, right? But once you manipulate something a certain way, it tells you who you truly are. It tells you who you really are. When you manipulate something the wrong way, like another human being or masses of human beings, and you put certain types of images and subconscious programs within the minds of those beings in order for you to gain personally something through their detriment, then that shows that you're the lower self, that you're a devil. And that devil, that lower self mentality, that vibration, that lower vibration of frequency of lower thoughts has created something from nature that goes against nature in order for a being to slave to get back what is rightfully theirs. We go to work. Some of us work 12-hour shifts, even 16-hour shifts, 8-hour shifts, 12-hour shifts, even 16-hour shifts. Some maybe even work even more, because even when you're quote unquote off of work, even when you're away from the job, you still have to do paperwork and stuff like that and communicate with employees. If you're a supervisor or a manager or something like that, you still have to work for this system in order to gain the tickets or the coins or the paper, in order to exchange that for produce or a material item that you might need, along with a receipt, which is another form of paper, which is another form of that lower self thought that says, okay, since you have gained this much amount, since you have gained this much paper or coins or tickets, this is a certificate. The receipt is a certificate showing you that you have finally exchanged your tickets for something of worth to you. When nothing in nature works that way. Nothing in nature works that way. Nothing. Just look around. Just look at Nat Geo. Look at any nature documentary or any nature video. Or look outside. Just go outside. Just go outside every other day. If whenever you get a chance, just go outside and actually look around. Do the birds ask for anything? Do plants ask for anything? Do the plants have to toil? Do the birds have to go to work? Do the birds have to work for a specific type, for a man's system in order to get money, to get its food? No, it just goes to its food. Does a dog have to, does any wild animal, since dogs are domesticated, since any wild animal just goes out and gets its food, why do human beings have to work for another person's dream, or another group of persons, another group of people, another group of people's dreams, in order to acquire tickets to get something that is naturally growing from the earth. Why? We should ask ourselves that question on a daily basis, continually asking ourselves, why do we work for another person's dream when that other person's dream stems from a lower thought movement, creating a lower thought vibration, in turn creating a lower thought reality? Why do we do this? Why do we do this? Is it because of indoctrination? Is it because of subconscious programming? Because we go throughout public school and private school not learning the true essentials to life? Not knowing what real agriculture is? Not knowing what real politics are? Not knowing what real spirituality is? Nor knowing real civics? Not knowing real government? But going through this system and learning fake agriculture. You got to get some fertilizer. You got to go to the store, buy some fertilizer, or get some cow's poop. You got to go get some seeds, put it in the ground, watch it, water it, let the sun take care of it after that. Fake government, fake civics. This indoctrination of a lower self social programming has gotten us focused on the bridge instead of being focused on the resources. See, a lot of people out here, they are focused on the bridge. They're focused too much on the bridge rather than the resources. Now, a while ago, I made a video called Money is the Bridge. And I explained what money actually is. And what we should do with that money and why we should get money. We should get money by any means. I'm not saying don't go for money. I'm saying don't focus completely upon money. Do not focus upon money, because if you focus upon money, you're going to be standing on the bridge, stuck on the bridge, trying to get, may not even be trying to get. You're going to be stuck on the bridge. If you focus on money too much, you're going to be stuck on the bridge. While the bridge is collapsing. A bridge can only stand up for so long. This is common information. This is known. Now, a bridge can only stand up for so long, maybe 100, 200 years, depending on how it's built. But then after so many people cross that bridge, after so many beings cross that bridge, after that bridge has been standing up for so long, that bridge will collapse, will start to collapse. And right now in our society, in our societal structure, and I mean humanity societal structure, I'm not just talking about America or Brazil or Russia or China. I'm talking about any monetary system that you can think of. Any monetary system that you can think of right now is on the brink of collapsing. That is why they came with cryptocurrency, which means dead money, so that you can just recycle the old lower self. Once this system collapses, once this monetary system collapses, once the monetary system itself collapses, we can just go to cryptocurrency. We can just go to digital money now. We have the internet. We can go to digital money. We are integrating all of the aspects of the physical reality into an ether database. that humans have created called the internet, which we can enter into the net of and just make more money infinitely. We can just keep creating lower self thoughts, lower self customs, lower self realities. We just keep creating these things. But there's a process to this. Manifesting takes a certain amount of energy for you to put into something before it is concretely observed and experienced. So, as this system, this monetary system, is falling, people must notice that the money that you get is not more important than the resource that you need, that is the bridge it is connected to. The money, what I mean is the money that you get is not more important than the resource that it's connected to. Okay? The money that you get is not important. The money is the bridge to the resource. But even without the bridge, there's still a way to get to the money. People have always gotten to the resource. People have always gotten to the resource before the bridge was made. But why would you need a bridge to your resource if your resource is growing or being or manifesting or vibrating exactly where you are in your environment? Why would you need a bridge if your home was where your resources are? What we need to do is focus on the resource. Stop focusing so much on the money. The more you focus upon the resource, the more the bridge, whether it's money, whether it's people, whether it's some type of bridge is going to be made to your resource. Some type of bridge is going to be made to your resource if you just focus more upon the resource. Money is nothing but something from nature that the lower self has taken, burned, alchemized, and made into a way to keep you away from your resource. Just look at how the system is made. Just look at how this system is made. Oh, shift. Oh, shit. Okay. Just look at how this system is made. Okay. You work long hours. Most of your time is not spent. Most of your waking life is not spent actually manifesting things or focusing upon things that you really want in your life. That time is actually being used to go towards another person's dream that loves or wishes for this system to exist in order for them to fulfill their dreams. So that means that you are basically living in a system that forces you to be a devil in order for you to eat. In order for you to eat, you have to be the Antichrist. In order for you to eat, you must be a devil. In order for you to eat, you must be a demon. In order for you to eat, you must be a lower self entity. You must be a jinn. In order for you to eat, you must You must work for a lower self idea. That is something to think about. We must think about this, okay? Everything that you do with money goes to a central financial establishment. That central financial establishment funds all government and the wars that the governments have between each other. You go to work for this system, you go to the job, you get money from that bank because the job is owned by the bank, by the central financial establishment. Then, after you have acquired your paper or your coins or your tickets from this job, which is owned by the central financial establishment, so you basically have gotten it from the central financial establishment, you have to pay bills, which are also distributed and owned by the central financial establishment. And you have to drive in a car, which is also given to you, quote unquote given to you, because it's not really yours until, according to them, it's not really yours. It's not really yours ever, because you can pay on it until the price is you can pay on it until the price is quote unquote paid off to the central financial establishment. But if you do not have insurance on it, if you don't have mobile insurance on it, which is still paying on it for the rest of your life, unless you move out of that jurisdiction where you don't have to have that insurance, then you are still giving money back to the place where exactly where it came from. See, they're making cryptocurrency, but the currency has already been dead. Crypto just means dead. Crypto means in a crypt, or with the dead, in a grave. But the money that we acquire now is already dead. What we need to be doing is giving life to that money. What we should be doing on this plane of existence is giving life to everything. We are the gods, we are the Christ, we are the walking gods upon the face of the planet, and we should be here actually exemplifying our higher thoughts of the gods, of the constellations and the celestial starlight that we are manifested as into a human being, a human physical format. In order to fully express that starlight energy through a conscious being on this plane, manipulating, a conscious manipulative being. Okay. So what I urge you all to do, what I urge you to do, is start using the money as a bridge and not the end. People are always talking about, I got that money, I got that guap, I got them honeys, it never stop. Some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? People just want to, oh yeah, I got that music coming too, man. I got that music coming too. But anyways, people want to talk about money and cars and women and buying pussy and shit like, and buying women and buying chains and watches and shoes and Gucci socks and, okay, what is that doing for us as humanity? That is not doing anything. Most of the hip hop industry, if not all, is lowering the vibrations or keeping the melanated man and women on a lower vibration, so that we can keep feeding their system, their cancerous system, the lower self system. We can keep feeding their system of materialism, and strife and beggarism, instead of using the money to actually leave the system and start our own system and become independent as a government People don't talk about the black nation and the black conscious community and black excellence and black supremacy. That there is no there is no there is no black nation. There is no black community. But because we're not communing with each other. I'm not saying that there is no nation of black people. What I'm saying is that we do not have what we are striving for within the lower self system is impossible. Because you getting money and staying within their system and trying to start businesses within their system is still a part of their system. It's still a part of the lower self system. Nothing that you do within this system is beneficial unless you are using this system to get out of the system. Nothing, I repeat, nothing that you do within this system is beneficial to you and your kin, to you and your family, to you and other melanated beings, or any other melanated beings, whether lighter or darker, on the face of this planet, unless it is not beneficial, unless you are removing yourself and helping others to remove themselves out of the lower self system, out of the system. Of dictatorial government. We should be self-governed, but still have a common natural law, which is the law of Mayat, accompanied with the 7 hermetic principles of nature, of universal cosmic law. Universal cosmic law. And then putting together our sciences instead of bickering about bullshit, talking about drama, he say, she say, and blaming other motherfuckers for shit that you doing with your own mind because you're the only person that exists. You're the only being that exists. If every person acknowledged this, that would be in the Christ consciousness. That would be in the Christ mentality. You're the only being that exists. Shout out to Carbonation. Shout out to Carbonation. You're the only being that exists. Stop blaming another being for some shit that you done. That you have done to yourself in order to teach your conscious mind something that it needs to observe more of. And use its energy, become more aware of itself, and use the energy that you have beamed yourself into, your vehicle, and use that energy to actually better your fucking life. When you focus on something that you perceive as negative, you're going to receive more negative shit that you see as negative. Even if it's not objectively negative. So focus on the resource. Focus on the source so that you can get resource. And the source is yourself. The source is yourself. This is an illusion. This right here, this all an illusion in order for you to express who you truly are through multiple dimensions. As I speak, my voice before my voice came, it's going through dimensions and it's coming into my brain, and my brain is interpreting it, and then my thoughts are being interpreted through my brain, and then I'm speaking them in a certain way, which is my body which is made from multiple dimensions, and it's coming out of my mouth. And as that sound is coming out of my mouth, the vibrations of that sound are actually flipping and turning through dimensions in order for it to get back to me within milliseconds. It's like timelessness. Within milliseconds, it's going out. And as it's going out, my ears are picking it up, going through multiple dimensions, and it's coming back to me. And that sound is still going out, even when I stop hearing it. Even when I stop hearing my own sound, that sound is still going out infinitely. Because everything is moving at the speed of light, which is 186,000 miles per second. We're omnipotent beings. Stop focusing and victimizing yourself because you're creating that reality for yourself. All these fucking fake ass people out here, and you want to focus on bullshit. Get your mind right. Stop focusing on shit that you think is negative. If you think it's negative, get away from it. Do not focus on it. Focus on what you think is positive. That is what's going to help us build the new heaven and the new earth, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Paradise, the millennia. I don't care what you call it. The zero is here now. All is nothing without you observing it. This is objective fact. So focus on the resource. Money will come to you. You urge for money, money will come to you like that. But when you get that money, do not be distracted. When you get that money, do not be distracted. Once you get that money, don't be distracted about how much money you got and what I can spend it on. Nah. I'm not saying don't enjoy yourself. You want to enjoy yourself, do what you do. According to your energy, how you feel, and what you know, objective facts. We all upgrading and we all rising. The sun is sending out a signal to upgrade the DNA and the genetics of the human genome. I am John Mashak, and I am here to live out and teach higher wisdom as an example for the collective consciousness, so that everyone can know that we are manipulating this reality to get back to the source, to get back to know the source from which all things come from, and find it. Because through forgetting what you know, you lose what you are trying to find. But through finding or remembering, then you begin to know again. And this is the purpose of creation. This is what we are doing. And this is how we will get to the source. We must remember. We must remember. We must remind. Put our mind back together. We must put our mind back together so that we can know objectively who we are. And we cannot fool ourselves any longer. There are many things wrong with money right now. But since it exists, that means it should be used for a positive purpose. Many people are using it for the wrong reasons. Everything is a tool in this realm. Your body is a tool. The Bible is a tool. Witchcraft is a tool. Witchcraft is just workings, or written down workings, or many workings of the wise ones. But you can still use shit that wise ones made for dumb shit. You can still use stuff that wise people made, different tools like wrenches and irons and motherfucking hammers. Shit that was used to build things, you can use that to kill a motherfucker. You can use that for dumb shit. You can use all that for stupid shit. You can use all that for just dumb. Why? Like you wouldn't even, that's lower self. We're in the lower self. And we are leaving out of it. The sun is activating our genes. And I am here to show you and lead by example. In my own area, in my own arena, a back to nature movement, through teaching you divine facts, divine knowledge that you can apply to your life and gain wisdom from. The natural laws that you can observe in your reality, no matter what subjective perception you have. You can observe these divine facts, these divine laws, and apply them to your life. Go to my natural laws playlist. And I got some music coming for you. I got a lot of stuff going on, man. I've been focused. Woo, man, I've been focused so much. My Aries energy starting to come out, bro. Like, I'm starting to focus. Like I've been acknowledging, sis. I've been acknowledging so many things that's been going on. Like, as soon as I started focusing on what I wanted to focus on, all the money just started coming to me. All the money that I want just coming to me now. And that's why I had to make this video. And that's why I prophesy right now that anything you focus on will awaken you. Anything you focus on fully will awaken you to the lessons you need to go through to get to where you need to be. And allow you to know your true self objectively. I love myself, family. Let's get this message out. Everybody share this video. Share, share, share. Peace. Woo, I'm out this. Hey, you know what it is.